right now. This is the spot where everyone might know a certain person passed away. R.I.P. Gio, Taz, George. You get me? It was he died what 10 years ago, about a couple of weeks ago now. Yeah, I mean, hear some people have said. Love and memory, Dad. Love from Corey. From Gio's son, you get me, Taz's son. Damn, man, it's sad. One of the realest young youths out here, man, when he was about, you get me, man raised him from young. The man them that know him, you get me. One of the realest. R.I.P. George, you get me. R.I.P. Taz, my brother, you get me. Gone but never forgotten, you get me. Love.
I will see your face again. I really hope to see your face again. I hope that someday that I will see your face again. I really hope to see your face again.
Yeah, R.I.P. Taz, he ain't no rapper, straight out of Peckham, OP gun clapper. We run this fucking block. Where the fuck's my stride? Shit, where the fuck's killer?
From Peckham and Yellow Brick Estate, where we are now. So obviously Ray's got his own business which we're going to talk about, but right now we're going to ask him about growing up in Peckham and what it was like for him. So obviously just touch on what it was like growing up in Peckham for yourself. Right?
Yeah, Peckham, just an exciting place. You know, like obviously I come out from, say, about 12 years old, coming outside and that. And like I just wanted to be around like all the hype and that on the streets and that. Like it was, you know, it was enticing.
It was enticing. Yeah, areas has got something mad going on, so it can like be a distraction. Obviously the area's got known for like its negative influence, like through the media and stuff. Like, would you agree with that or? Like...
Yeah, 100%, man. Like Peckham can be a very dark place at times. You know what I mean? And back in the days, even up until now it's not as much, but a few years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, like Peckham was just full of negativity. Yeah. Nothing positive was coming out of Peckham at all.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like it's harder for like young people to for yourself. Like imagine that when you was younger, for you to do something positive when it's maybe surrounded by negative.
Yeah, it's hard. Obviously the negative influence like overtook doing the positive stuff.
So for you yourself, did you find yourself getting in trouble when you was younger?
Yeah, a lot of trouble, man. Just obviously when you're coming up in an area like this, like police harassment and that is like you get harassed even if you're not doing nothing. So more time when you was doing something, you're gonna get caught for it. So it's easy to find yourself in trouble like coming up around there.
Yeah. Alright, and so obviously with, like I said, where there's a negative there must also be a positive. So you've got a business, right?
Yeah.
And what's your business?
It's I just sell jerk products, like for jerk chicken and jerk and all that seasonings.
Yeah, sick. Yeah. Alright, and so how did that all come about? Because you can't just go from being on the roads and then one day, like what was the change?
Well, the change was obviously from getting into trouble and getting on the wrong path for most of my life. Like when I was going through it, I had time to reflect as I was getting older and had kids and stuff, and like I weren't doing nothing much positive with my life.
Yeah.
So when I was going through certain things, I had to take a step back and think what was more important, and that's when I decided to make a decision to change my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, why jerk? Where did that come from?
You know what? It was a funny story. Like I got a job as a chef like a few years ago, and one of the chefs asked me to make jerk chicken for the customers. Never done jerk, like made a homemade, because in work we got to make everything fresh in it. So never made jerk to marinate in my life. So I got the task, and when I done it, it came out proper, and like everybody in the building was going mad for it. And it created such a buzz. I thought, you know what, like if this is gonna do this here, imagine what it could do like on the outside to the proper masses. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and think.
Peckham Foundation, Peckham person.
Yeah.
One of the best footballers there was at our age, you get me? He was playing pro and everything, right? So basically, man's just been filming our area, just like getting videos of, you know,
everyone.
People that are foundation and people that are part of Peckham.
Yeah.
So you're just one of them, one of the many faces, old school faces. Yeah. Some people won't even know, these young kids won't even know your face like that. But you get me, so it's like, my guy.
Yeah, don't know, man.
Man's memory. Like, what was it like growing up at like 14 and that? Like, how much, like, the community of the friends that you had, like, growing, how much man at once was we walking around with?
Yeah, that was like 100 man up.
100 man.
We take over the whole bus in that carnival days, Burgess Park days. Like, when I was 15, it was on still. When we was young, it was on. I miss everyone. It was beautiful days though.
And
but now everyone's just older and just getting on, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think that's the age kicked in, you get me?
And then the difference is, yeah, also that allows the youth, yeah, to grow up with a better light. Cause real talk, the madness that we were doing was out of the fact that police didn't care. They weren't walking up and down the roads every day. They weren't really trying to stop stuff. It was proper in between us, do you know what I'm saying? But now, the youngers don't really have the need to be as greasy.
You know what, yeah, there's a lot more money for them doing legit stuff now.
Yeah, there's a lot more opportunities for them doing legit stuff. They want to go on like they were our age, but in our age, like, or even you man's age, because you guys are a lot older than me, do you know what I'm saying? To where, do you know what I'm saying? In you guys' age, you know what I'm saying? It was cool, it was the Wild West out here. You had to do everything.
So yeah, so basically we're saying,
the Wild West to describe Peckham today.
Hey, I'm not even from the end. I'm from Blueborough all day, but Peckham was the Wild West. Fuck it. Are you crazy?
Streets.
They shouldn't even need to fight for money, really, because there's so much abundance of money to make.
Yeah,
legitly.
They need to come together, but they're doing that through music anyway. So music is bringing the areas together anyway. So.
It's true. But then at least, you know what I'm saying, even within the music here, we still got a problem with the stereotypical background that we came from. Do you know what I'm saying? To where the one guy that's gonna come on the mic and gentrify black music as a black person, I don't know what that means, you know what I'm saying? To show other people a different side of us, because that's not the only aspect that we have. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think this is what gentrification and stuff like that isn't allowing us to show, to where you men are on this thing just holding the camera, do you know what I'm saying? Trying to document something. You guys are creating a documentary, you're not on the roads, you know what I'm saying? You're doing something to where someone out there, do you know what I'm saying? Anybody out there, do you know what I'm saying? You could be a doctor, a lawyer, a carpenter, a designer, do you know what I'm saying? There's so many opportunities out here, and we're all out here to help each other. Do you know what I'm saying? To where we're all guiding the new generation, it's all a part of our responsibility.
Yeah.
See? All these white people, but yeah, man. Yeah, but you can record if you want.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to. Galactical, official.
And Peckham Cinema, old school, if you remember it. Area. Right, if you take a look up there, that's the old car park, right, ladies? The old car park where it's been changed up. I've never even actually been in there. So
it's been like this for levels.
I don't know, it's been like this for what, the last 3 years, 4 years? I've never been up there yet, but we're gonna maybe try, might go up there right now actually.
It used to be £1 to get in there.
Cinema, old Peckham Cinema, those that remember. Tom Ricci, Peckham, another person from Peckham.
Peckham levels up there. This could never happen in 2001, never. What's up?
Right, I oh my god, am I getting serious now?
Whose birthday?
Yeah. Say Peckham.
Oh, you're fifth. You're fifth. Wow.
I look good for it though, innit?
Alright, cool. Let's get our peas up, man. Sis, let's get our peas up, man. Represent for the area, man. Alright, love. Get one more.
What's the event that's happening there right now?
Who knows? My birthday is the event. Why do you need more?
Okay, well,
She does not want to leave the mum.
they surprised me.
We're not with her actually. She's just on her own.
Oh, she just sounds really
Yeah, she just keeps following us.
Enjoy your day then.
Representing. Yes, man.
End of 2017.
2017? No, I've never been here.
I've been here only twice, and the first time I came here, it mashed up my mental health. I said there was meant to be cars here.
Yeah.
I know what level you're at. See when you go under now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the last memory I have is car park.
You're gonna get confused. Like, what's going on here? Them man are not insured this. They're here every night. What's he saying about? It's here.
We're gonna just go
You're
take.
sitting over there, City. Where are you?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a trip upstairs and just see what's like.
What, do you want to get the colours of the stairs?
Yeah, man. Peckham levels. I've never even been here before, man. This is the first time I've been in this place. This used to be the old cinema car park, old Peckham car park for the whole of the town centre, and it's now converted into some indoor games bar and all that stuff. Alright, that was a quick little run round of Peckham levels. But in my personal opinion, it's a waste of space right now. There's nothing in there that interests me, or I feel that the people that originally were from Peckham, I think don't think that's why we don't even really use it. So if it's not made for us, then who's it made for?
Car park is better. Better to have a car park.
It used to be a car park, and they haven't done. All they've done is put stuff that of not much interest for.
I said to them, proper masses in. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try and think. And I made it.
And that's where it all started from.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
So how long have you actually been doing this?
About a year now, just over a year. Just getting all the legal stuff in place and that everything's done now. Like I can like properly trade and stuff and get it in shops and that.
So this is like Peckham's version of like Levi Roots
Yeah,
or something like that.
You know, it could be.
Like could be on Dragon's Den or something. Like, or bring it on there when you got a guitar and all that.
It's possible. Like here's the product here, isn't it?
Okay, we've got something right here, yeah.
That's it there in a jar.
And it's called Jerky Jerk.
Jerky.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it looks sick. That's what I'm saying. A proper jar.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm saying. You've done this as a normal, like a guy from the hood, obviously.
Yeah.
What was the process like to kind of get to this? Because obviously a lot of young people, we just see products in the shops, like in Tesco's, on the shelves already. We don't we don't think it's ever possible for us to get our own products like that sitting on shelves and that. How hard was that? Was that difficult for you?
Nah, it wasn't difficult at all. All you gotta do is your research. Like, from you've got a product, you register it online, like as a business or whatever, and then once you've done that, all you gotta do is make sure you got a place to produce it. If I'm talking about food now.
Yeah.
Like a place to produce it, and then.
So can it be done in your house?
Yeah, it can be done in your house. Yeah, you get a health inspector to come around. They inspect the premises, make sure it's all on board, and you can go from there. And from then, that's when you make your moves to the shops, and you can like push that yourself.
Okay.
Into the shops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes people don't think that the process, some of these things are out of our reach and we can't do it. So like, would you say that doing this business was harder than being on the roads?
Nah, it's much easier.
It's
less stressful as well. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
You can go to bed and wake up like nicely. You know what I mean? And no worries.
Oh.
So yeah, it's easy, man. It's pretty easy. I was shocked.
How shocked it is. So what's like your plans for the future with it? Like where are we taking this?
Well, I want to make more versions, like a spicier one.
You could have like a mango thing.
Yeah, like all different stuff. And then I got the dry season coming out.
Dry rub.
Yeah, that's ready to come out. I got that on the way. And just a few other bits. And maybe like a little takeaway food service to go with it.
Okay, sick, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you've got kids, yeah?
Yeah.
So what do they think of this? Like, obviously, this is for them eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wanted to leave something for them, so I'm trying to build this up. But yeah, they're quite excited about it. Yeah. Like, we do these things together. Like, when we're like creating stuff and all of that, like, I get them involved, so they're well aware of it.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously you got the jerk sauce. What have you, like, when you first started, what have you done so far with it? Like, what's the progress you've made with it? Like, where have you been to events and?
No, at the moment, because I've just got all the legal stuff in place, because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. I was like finding out things as I was going along. So that process took a little while. I've been selling them at work, because I can produce them and sell them. And I get a few customers here and there, like, will buy it off online as well. So it's like the name is getting out there, like, as people are getting familiar with it. Like, it's a slow process.
But yeah, that's how it goes though. That's the whole thing. A lot of time we want things quickly, and we don't understand things take time sometimes, especially in the legit side of things. You get me?
Yeah. That's what I say, man. You just got to use your talents and that, and put it to like a positive use. You know what I mean? Because everyone's got something that they can do. So instead of using that for negative, do it for positive.
So where will people be able to find this? You hope to eventually be able to find this, or can buy it, purchase it?
At the moment, I'm on. I've got a website, jerkyjerky.co.uk.
Yeah, I'll put that in.
You can find that on Instagram as well. Just type in Jerky Jerky, and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sick, man. And so, do you have any words that you could offer to certain other young people that have come from the same estate that you've came from, or not even similar estates and backgrounds?
Yeah, well, just don't think that if you're out there and that's on the streets and stuff, don't think that's the end of the road, man. There's a whole nother world out there. You know what I mean? You just need people like me and you to, you know, show them that there's something else that they can be doing with their lives.
Yo, I'm with Ashley, what's known as Karma. We used to be called Karma back in the day. What's going on?
Good.
And man like Sci-Fi put us through, you get me? Foundation, Yellow Brick guys, yeah, like people that actually lived on Yellow Brick Estate. Obviously a lot of people know and claim Yellow Brick and reference Yellow Brick here, but maybe a majority of them didn't even actually live on the estate, you get me? They just hanged around on the estate. Had friends on the estate or whatnot, but not everyone lived on the estate daily. You get me?
Yeah, but honest, I loved my childhood, bro. I loved growing up around here, family, and it's good to see. Obviously, it's good to see people getting out at the ends and that, but the people that are still here,
yeah,
I love seeing that as well, bro. Like,
yeah,
grew up here. Like, obviously, there's bad points to every area, innit? Really,
yeah.
But I wouldn't take back my childhood for nothing, bro. I love Yellow Brick. I love Peckham.
And
Get
like
me?
Rems. So look at
What
that.
I'm saying.
So random niggas is passing through.
Why,
You get me? You get me? Old school, you get me? Peckham.
Come on, big side. Big craft, you know. Come on. My bro, you say?
And like fresh home.
Come on, just trying to think.
Yeah.
You say you good though?
Yeah, man.
Where's
yeah.
Fat Boy?
So we like, he's in there hiding somewhere, you get me?
Hibernating. Oh man, we really out there. The beats and that, man's got the beats and that.
Yeah, let Fat Boy know we was here, innit, together.
Yo, Fat Boy Mark, you get me? Ain't come out, we need to talk to you as well. I've got some business I want to chat to you about as well. So yeah. But
Good, man.
even you, Si, what was your perception of it growing up as well? You get me?
It's just all what I know, really, to be honest. Like, growing up on Yellow Brick, it was kind of mad, but like, as I've got older, I've moved around and seen it's kind of the same everywhere. As mad as it is, as I've grown up, I've gone to other places, like I've lived in other areas and seen, it's nuts, but as Ash said, I love it still.
That the area's got that perception that you always hear, like back in the day, Yellow Brick, like even on people, like little documentaries I've seen before of other young people talking, they're like, yeah, but I just won't go through Yellow Brick, like, I won't cut through Yellow Brick. But these times you lot live daily on Yellow Brick. And
well man, that's the difference, innit? Like, some people have a choice, innit, to cut through, and some of us, like, we're square one, innit? Like, this is base, so yeah, if I weren't from Yellow Brick, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't cut through, but
so your name is?
I'm Paul Wright.
Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, and your
I'm
role?
the chair of the Tenants and Residents Association.
Okay. Have you been living around here your whole life? How long?
No, I didn't grow up here. I was born in Kent.
Okay.
I've lived all over various places, and I moved here about 5 years ago.
Okay, and it seems like you've been more involved than some people that maybe have lived there after life.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, one of the things that we hear a lot is that the council don't listen to people. They're just going to do what they do regardless. Yeah. So there is this sense of apathy.
Okay.
So it's this whole green area between Leontine Close and Wilmot Close, and they're going to knock down the community centre and build a new one.
Are they going to build a whole new community centre?
Yeah, and the football pitch there.
Oh, are they going to redo that as well?
Yeah, so they're calling that the multi-use games area.
Okay.
But, they're promising no loss of amenity.
Yeah.
And so given that there's going to be, up to 100 new units on the site, and we're trying to negotiate how many they want to put up, but we'll need more play area, more community centre than what we've got now, because the estate will be growing. Yeah, there'll be more people. So where's the new estate going to be built? Right here? New houses. This whole area, yeah. So there are various plans that they've been putting to us, and we've been having project group meetings with them. So there's a group of residents that have joined up to this, and they've trained us up on planning laws, and we've been meeting with the architects. So they've been drawing up plans, and so they've tried to keep a sort of U shape of green all the way around the edge. Yeah. And then in the middle, they've got some blocks that are going up in the middle, and then down the side they're having play area. And then with the community centre, they've been trying to sell us on the idea of putting it under a block. Okay. But when we've gone away and thought about it and talked to the rest of the TRA about it, people aren't happy with that because people have parties there and it's noisy.
So what makes you want to be so involved in that, obviously, area? If you even never maybe grew up here or something, what makes you be so...
Well, I originally started going to the TRA meetings just because I was new and I wanted to get to know people who lived here.
Yeah, that's good.
And then as time went on, it just seemed like the TRA was able to help people, especially if you've got people who are maybe older or maybe not so tech savvy, to get the help that they need to make sure that their repairs are done and things like that.
Yeah.
as the TRA, you sort of get to build relationships with the people that work for the council, with the people in repairs, so you sort of know who to nudge to get stuff done.
Yeah. So was you born on this estate as well?
Yeah.
And what about you, Ash?
Yeah, born on there.
So that means that's insane. So you lot have known each other from like how much years and that?
Nursery, bro. Yeah, nursery.
From nursery?
And Fat Mark as well.
Is it? See?
Yeah, nursery time.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like an extra little family and stuff like.
Yeah. 100. We all know each other from day. Like it's all.
But you know what I've noticed as well. Like the community of the estate, like the family type community, it's like kind of faded away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe you.
What I mean, like man used to leave our doors open and shit. Like, back in the day,
and everyone used to like look out for each other every day and stuff like that. The same youths.
A lot of people move out as well, innit?
So that's lost the original, the essence of who used to really be here. You get me? When you was growing up here, so obviously around here you used to see like a lot of mad stuff going on around there as well, like.
Crack City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like kids as young youths, you get to like being like not involved, but you're witness to a lot of like violence or
100%.
drugs. But it's like it's normal.
Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? On the real, like that's the. To be honest, like. Yeah, as I said, when you move about in London, like if you're on like Angel in Brixton, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Brixton has the same, like obviously Angel Town is the equivalent of here.
Yeah,
this is how mad like life works as well. Like, because obviously, when me and Sai both had babies as well, both our baby mums got moved on to Angel Town. Like, we both moved on to Angel Town for 3 years.
Is it?
Yeah, around the corner from each other and that. So,
is it? That's mad. You don't went the same. Yeah.
That's another thing. Like I like to see everyone, like us, still here, growing up. Everyone's got kids and that now. Like
it's like because I've seen your son like around. It just it's like a mini. It's like you, basically.
Like looking at me again, innit?
Yeah, coming through. Like that's which you
big up my son still, man.
Yeah,
big up my daughters as well, bro. I love them so much. Bro.
Yeah, because you was like one of the first to have kids out there, so like people knew that you had like your children, so everyone looks after people's youths when they see them. That's why it's good to like we would like to be introduced to people's kids and see them, so then when they're out and about, we can kind of look out for them.
100%.
Yeah, my kids ain't around.
We Are Pecknarm.
Alright, right now we're with Aiden. How old are you, Aiden?
19 years old.
19. So how do you know me?
I know Bradley through St. Giles. He was my mentor. Basically, when I was younger, I was going through troubles and that, doing things I wasn't supposed to do. Then I met Bradley. He explained to me what he's been through in his life and explained to me like the road is not safe and I don't need to live that life, basically.
So what kind of things did you get into before you when you met me? Because obviously you was at a stage where you was on the verge of being kicked out of school.
Well, when I met Bradley, I was at school, but then I was doing bad things. Like I was playing football at first, then I stopped playing football. Then I said to myself, I need to make money and stuff, so I just started selling drugs, all that stuff. And then
was getting arrested.
Arrested for dumb stuff and stuff like that. And then I met Bradley, and then when I met Bradley, he just told me certain things, and I just changed my mentality about things, and I just thought about things more carefully. Like my life is more important than selling drugs and being on the streets and that.
Yeah.
I can do something better with my life.
Right, so you live in Peckham as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it like? What's Peckham? Is it easily to get involved in certain things that if
it's
you're around the wrong people?
Like you see people that are older than you see them making money, you want to make money, and you want to be like them. It's either you're going to sell drugs or you're going to do something productive, football, own a business, get a job. But me, I always thought that the easy way is the best way, but you find out the hard way when you do that stuff. There's a lot more to it than just selling drugs and making quick money. You don't get to spend time with your family, you don't get to have your freedom, have your fun, you're on the road 24/7, and that's what a lot of people don't realise. Like when you're doing that stuff, you don't get to enjoy yourself. Everything every day is just you're just selling drugs and just doing your thing.
So what are you currently doing now with yourself and that?
Well, I'm currently working, currently still playing football. I just got back into football. I'm at Harlow first team, and yeah, I'm just trying to find
working. There was a stage where you had like 2-3 jobs at the same time.
Yeah. There was.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just trying to find like a career path or go into uni and study something in uni to do with sports, something like that.
Okay, you've got yourself a moped. You've managed to get your money to save your monies and get yourself a moped.
Yeah.
And what else? You're working towards getting a driving license now.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get, my driving license.
Alright, cool. We're here with Nathan. What's going on, man?
Not much, like I said, at the moment half term. So at the moment I'm currently working with children at the moment.
Wait, go on. Before that, what was how long was you living like in Peckham, Dulwich areas and stuff?
So I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I'm 35 now, so I've been living there basically all my life.
Yeah.
Can I say, it's my first school, Peckham Way.
Yeah.
My first school was Peckham Way.
Yeah.
It's in Peckham, my primary school. After that, Forest Hill Boys I went to.
Yeah.
And then ended up in Jeffrey Chaucer. Along the way I met obviously loads of people in the ends. Got a lot of love for the ends still, so I'm still here.
What was your impression of the area where you grew up? Like, what was your thoughts of it? How did you see it?
So growing up, I think, from about 11 years old, grew up in East Dulwich, borderline Peckham, you'll say. And I'll say, I kind of grew up, I had a decent, happy lifestyle growing up. But I think for me, it was up to 13, 14 when you started like seeing more negative stuff in life. Used to go to jamming in Green Park originally. Yeah. And you get to that certain age, 13, 14, you jam with your friends, you could be playing football.
Yeah.
But what you start to notice as well is the negative stuff from police. That's from a very young age. So even though sometimes I get in trouble in school.
So what was like your experience with the police at that age?
From 13, 14, it was sometimes they'll come into the park, stop and search you. And
while you're in the park, just play.
While in the park playing football with your friends. And these times were at an age where everyone in my group was still kind of innocent still. Right? So we kind of experienced that kind of stuff. That's when I first started realising as well, unfortunately, racism to a certain extent. Because you get them pulling you over, come up to you and say to you, where you going? I'm like, I'm just jamming in the park. I play football and then I'll go against the wall. And you kind of get the humiliation sometimes. I got the humiliation because you see buses going past and you'll get stopped and searched against the wall. You ain't done nothing. It was the old school thing. Something happened in Peckham and they wear a night tracksuit like you.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of things we used to kind of get. And for me, that was something kind of, to me, kind of maybe see things a bit differently because I always grew up thinking, okay, we're all equal, this and that, and this and that.
Alright, so obviously your life's changed a bit, right? Like, do you think it was beneficial getting that kind of support that you got?
Yeah, it was beneficial because like it made me realise that the road is like, it's not a safe place and you can easily get caught up in stuff and get trapped.
Yeah, that's
end
why
up in jail dead.
That's why they call it the trap.
And that's why I decided, like when you spoke to me, I just said to myself, I want better for myself, so...
We ain't gonna lie to people, you did struggle, but you didn't change straight away.
I didn't change straight away, you know, I can't lie, but
eventually things sink in, you get me?
I saw things and I said to myself, like, this is not gonna make my mum proud, selling drugs and stuff like that. That's not gonna make my mum proud. Me doing something in my life, being a successful person, whether it's football, owning a business, building a career in something, that will make my mum more happy than living on the streets and selling drugs. So I just had to make that choice to, you know, stop living that life and do something else in my life instead.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Yo, now we've got someone I know as Mr. Charles. Yeah, me an old school Peckham resident, like from early days, from when I was young, associating with Warwick Park School. What role was your role in Warwick Park School, Mr. Charles?
You know, when I first got in there, I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I was working for the behaviour support team in Cato Street. And it's Mrs. Duhaney who was had a role inside the school. And Mrs. Duhaney, the school was acting very funny towards Mrs. Duhaney. No one wanted to cover a particular lesson for her because she had to go somewhere. It was a family situation. So Mr. Haney had to go outside the school and ask someone from outside the school. So he said to me, can you come and cover me for half an hour while I have to go through A, B or C? I landed there. Within half an hour, I think I picked up about 4 situations within half an hour. And you know, the funny thing is, one of them was Luckman. Remember Cecil and Luckman? And they must have been year 8. They were fighting each other. And they didn't know me from the school. I was fresh. I just landed there for half an hour. And by the time I was leaving the place, Mrs. Kerr sent a message, she wants to speak to me. It must have been about 5 o'clock I was leaving the place. Mrs. Kerr said to me, you're not going nowhere. I said, but I have another job. I don't work for you. I work in the behaviour support team. I don't care. How much do you want? I said, this is not about money. How much are they paying you? And at that time they must have been paying me something like about 12 grand a year, 13 grand a year. So I said to Miss Kerr, yeah man, they're paying me about 15 grand a year. And Miss Kerr said, I'll give you 21. And it wasn't about the money. Because remember, I'm a person, the last time I was in a classroom was when I was 13. I stopped going to school at the age of 13. Even up to 13, I used to take 4 months off a time. So when the snow drop, or when it comes down to, say about November, I'm not going to school. Not until it comes down to about, what, March. And I didn't expect myself to be in that environment or situation. You know, but as I said, one thing led to a next thing, and then I ended up being there.
Yo, Will, so what's going on? You back?
Same old.
You know what? It's like a year later, you know.
Yeah, a year later and still getting on.
You're still, yeah, a year later and you're still here. So you're back at the same spot doing this. You've been here the whole year.
Yeah, whole year. Doing my thing.
Yeah. You said that you smoke, it's for weed, right?
Yeah, I smoke the weed in order to cope with my schizophrenia.
Okay. You know, because a lot of people would maybe think, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people maybe think you're crack that you take or anything like that.
I dabble with crack, but only once in a while.
Oh, once in a while?
But the weed is my main vice.
Okay, what about heroin or anything?
No.
No, you don't do that. The weed is main vice, so obviously that's how you use to get, that's what you use the money for, right?
Yeah.
Have you, what about accommodation? Where do you, like,
I stay in a hostel.
Oh, your hostel?
Yeah.
And do you have to pay for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you get the money to pay for that? The benefits?
From my benefits and from what I get on them.
Oh, what you get out here? Yeah. So what else? What other help do you get?
The only other help that I get is with my schizophrenia. I get my injection from my CPS.
Okay, yeah. So like, there's no other like charities and stuff that help you and.
Not as far as I know. No one's introduced me to any charities that will be helpful.
Okay. So
I think it's just maybe I need to get my CPN to look into that for me.
Yeah. Or would you be interested in getting that?
That would be helpful, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your nationality, Will?
My nationality is Black British African.
Black British African?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What African country are you from?
Ghana.
Oh, you're from Ghana?
Yeah, that's where my parents were born.
Okay, Accra or something like that.
They were born in Obo, but they live in Accra at the moment.
Okay. Do you have other family members over here at the moment?
I have a sister over here.
Yeah.
And my mother's sister's over here as well.
Okay. Did you see them?
I haven't seen them for about a few years now.
Okay, well. And how did you get into like the situation you are now? Like maybe how you suffered the schizophrenia? How do you think it came about? Like what was?
I think it was the trauma of my baby mother leaving me.
Oh, is it?
And being without a girlfriend while smoking weed.
Yeah.
May have been the trigger to the schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'd had a girlfriend while I've been smoking, I probably wouldn't have got the schizophrenia.
Okay, so you've got kids as well?
I've got one son.
One son, how old is he?
25.
Okay, do you see him?
I haven't seen him since he was 9.
Okay, do they live like local? Like,
they live in West London.
Okay, well. Oh man. So, well, that's, you're saying, so you think it's been triggered from a relationship issue with,
yeah.
And then that depression and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overuse without female companionship. probably the trigger.
Oh, and that was happened like how long ago?
When it started when I was about 25. I'm 46 now.
Okay, so before that happened, was you working and stuff?
I worked in Burger King for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
what the Peckham Burger King?
No, Victoria Burger King.
Yeah.
But it's not there anymore. They built a Halifax there now.
Okay, what?
Thanks for talking, and shout out to the Pecknarm crew.